Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Taco Imposters for Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. So, there's a lot of stuff that happened since the last time I recorded. I know you're going to get this like 2 months from now, or a month and a half from now, or almost 2 months from now, but definitely, so like that date doesn't really matter, um, different, the big things have happened since the last time I talked to, I made an episode, so, and, you know, there's a few things here and there, good and bad and big and small and short and tall. um, as I'm recording this, last Saturday, so the one that passed 2 days ago, 3 days ago, sorry, yeah, 3 days ago, I went to like a wedding for the first time in like since 2019, and I was like, oh boy, that was a like big endeavor. I didn't know this person super well. Also, I didn't get to see her, like talk to her, because I knew her, not him. I didn't even know a damn thing about this other guy. So, but I knew her fairly well. Although, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. I wasn't invited to this wedding. It was an open invitation. So I just kind of showed up, and people were like, oh, you're here. I'm like, and they looked at me like, what the heck are you doing here? I was like, oh, nice to see you too. Like I didn't say that, but I like had this in my head, like, nice to see. Like they looked at me like, huh? And I look back at them like, nice to see you too. Like, what the heck, man? What was I gonna say? And I didn't know her super well. I didn't know him at all, but I didn't know her super well. Although I knew her enough to have gone up to her and been like, because that's the thing. There's the kind of people where, or she was the kind of person where it's like, she would say hi. I would say hi in the like passing that we would see each other, because as we became adults, we don't go to the same church anymore, and so because of the like when we become adults, we ended up like not seeing each other very often, and then we're at the young adults rally, we see each other like maybe once in a blue moon, even less than that, and so it's like, oh yeah, okay, that kind of thing is like, yeah, and so I have seen her within the last 5 years, so since the last time I regularly saw her, and so it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. But what I'm trying to bring up there is, I am making the point. What I'm going to bring up is the whole thing of saying of how there were people there that I knew, right? Now, did they all know me? Probably not. Or were we like friends? Not really. But then the people who were, right? Like my childhood best friend's sister was there, right? And I knew her super well. Like, she may as well have been my best friend who's a girl. And so I went with like, okay, here's how it would have happened. I was supposed to go somewhere else on the Saturday with my current best friend and my brother. And my brother was like, oh, I can't go for whatever reason. It's too short notice. I'm like, fair enough. And then I said to my best friend, let's go to the wedding. Because I asked him, are you going to the wedding? And he goes, I've already canceled on you guys twice. I'm not going to go cancel on you a third time. I'm like, okay, fair enough. And then I said, fine, let's go to the wedding. And he goes, you know what? Let's do that. And I said, okay, great, do this. Here are the details. And I sent them the post. He's like, you know anything? Because he said, you know anything about the wedding? And I go, yeah, here's what I know. It's an open invitation. And it's this date at this time. He's like, yeah, fair enough. It doesn't say anything about not being able to go. So we go, and it was very good. So nice. I haven't been to a wedding in a long time, and I'm looking at my own wedding going, who am I going to marry, and how am I going to have my wedding? Somebody came up to me and was like, this is somebody I knew fairly okay. Like, when's your wedding? I'm like, you know what? If I can find your contact information, why don't I have that guy's There's some people in this world that I'm like, why do I not have your contact information at this point? I've seen you enough times. If he's at the next, what's it called? Young adults rally, I'll just ask for his contact information, because I don't want him to be. I want to be bombarded, but I will definitely ask for his contact information just so we can like. Because I was thinking to myself. I didn't think of it then, but later I was like, I'll invite you to a wedding, sure. Why not? Or just make it an open invitation and just make it like her, and she just go, everybody can call it. It's out in the ether, everybody can go show up. Where at that point, though, I have to accept that if I get the weirdos that don't want to be, I don't want to be winning. But again, here's the problem. Because first I said, well, let's get a girlfriend first. And he makes a joke about, well, you got to keep him away. It's a ball and chain. You don't want to get stuck. And it's like, whoa. I'm just kidding. Don't worry. I'm like, yeah, I know. I was about to say the thing that my dad said once, which was, I used to say, like, life sucks and then you die, right? Because I heard that somewhere, whether that was in my book for graffiti quotes that are written down. It's a book I have. It's about graffiti, right? And they're written it all down, right? Compiled in a book. And it's one of my favorite books ever. Or it was some other thing I heard on the internet or something. And my dad goes, life's a bitch. And then you marry one. I'm like, wow, okay. I didn't say it then, though. It's like, wow, okay. But yeah. So, that was that, right? And then also I'm thinking about, I'm like, oh, would I do this and this and this and this? Would I have this and this and this? And would I do this? And would it be this thing and that thing and this thing and that thing? Or would I do this and can I have this and would it be this? And then I thought to myself, well, I might or might not do this or that. But that's not up to me. The wedding's not up to me. It's up to my wife, my fiance, my girlfriend, my girl. Not me. 99% of everything that happens there. But then I said to myself, and I've been thinking about this, because I saw a post once that said, do guys think about their wedding day as much as girls do? And I thought to myself, we do not. We think about it like maybe once. I probably think about it more than most guys. But I don't even think about it that much. I just go, here's what I'd like. My girl will, accept them and allow me to have those. Good. I'm like, and if not, we can't be married. And I'm like, nah, it's not happening. I know myself. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm not that, like, petty and desperate. Like, I'm petty. I'm, like, desperate. I would, not want to lose my girlfriend. But, definitely there are these things where I'm like, look, woman. Look, girl. Look, woman. Look, female. Look, lady. Look, lass. Look, whatever. Lady. If you can't have these 10 things, what the heck, man? It depends on how we're going to do it. Closed invitation, open invitation, send out invitations, not send invitations. Make sure, like, send out invitations, say, you're coming to this, or here, you're coming to this, and to the reception, blah, blah, whatever, right? So for me, it depends on what we do. If it's open invitation, forget it. Everybody can go. Because there are certain people at that wedding that I was like, okay, look, no offense, but why are you here? Yet. Like, oh, you're here? Ooh, yikes. But just like, oh, but that's an open invitation, though. I'm like, well, I wouldn't want you at my wedding. Jeez Louise. Anyway. Oh, boy. And I knew everybody on the brides, all the bridesmaids, and the two. I was like really confused when there was two. Although they did a lot of unconventional things at that wedding. They did like a few things. Nobody reads scripture at a wedding. Nobody plays. They read scripture. They did. Although that's not true. Usually there's scripture read, but it's usually just the thing in Corinthians where it's like, love is patient, what is love? Like, love is patient, love is kind, it does not boast, it does not envy, it does not hold grudges, it does not, whatever, all that, right? I got further than I thought I would. Right? Usually they'll read that. And then submit to your husbands, and then that's it. Husbands, you are the, not the ruler of the house, kind of, but the king, or whatever you call it, like the head of the house, and then women will submit to their wives, blah, 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 yeah. That's true. But he read something from Numbers, and then the officiant, is that what you call it? Who officiate? Because the act of officiating by an officiant, right? Or officiant? Officiator. The guy who marries the people, the guy who officiates. Anyway, so they read scripture, and they had people read off scripture. So my best friend's best friend read off scripture with his wife, and then the officiator, guy who officiates the wedding, read off scripture. Then the groom's parents read off. I'm like, oh wow. So yeah. Then they did worship, and they did a foot washing. I'm like, oh gosh, why? I thought it was weird, and my friend said, I said they did a few unconventional things that I didn't think were. Was feet washing one of them? I was like, yeah. I was kind of felt a little awkward with this. I didn't like that. It was weird. Like, yeah, I know, but whatever. Right. Look, you want to know something? She's walking down the aisle, right? She's coming down the aisle, right? And I went, ooh, No, because what happened was, so the groomsmaid, bride, so the groomsmen and bridesmaids all came down first, obviously, right? She comes down last, right? And I'm looking at one of them because that I don't know if I like her. It's a complicated relationship. Let's be honest here. But she comes down the aisle. I'm like, holy moly, you look hot. You look good, right? Look lovely, very lovely, right? So that's A. But then she comes down. I'm like, you don't. That's just personal preference. You just my taste in women. You don't look good in that dress. Not that she looks awful. There's nothing bad about her. I'm just saying like she does not look. It's not something I want. Although I never thought she was, very attractive, though, lady. Although I don't know. So another unconventional thing was both of her younger sisters were the maids of honor. I'm like, you can have two maids of honor. Although the last wedding before this one I went to, right? I there were like 4 people or something who did speeches. I said to my dad, I'm like, don't they usually? Isn't the only person usually the only person who has a speech is the best man? And he goes, yeah, usually. I'm like, oh, okay. So like this one, like the only person who would usually speak would be the guy officiating, right? Officiator, right? Officiation. Anyway, and it's like, yeah, usually, 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 usually. I thought about, yeah, usually, not always, but usually. I said for me, I was just like, okay, cool. This is a weird, different thing. I mean, it wasn't too crazy. It wasn't too weird. I didn't see some like crazy stuff. Some of that crazy stuff. Also, you don't get random people to go up and say and like, what's it called? And like, read off scripture, do you? Look, I don't know. Okay, there are certain people where it's like he was like, okay, whoa, this is weird. Because he also likes I think my dad asked because my friend, because I went with my friend, right, and then we went back to my house after for dinner, and I think my dad asked like, you were invited to the what do you call it, reception? It's like, no, nobody said, hey, you want to come? No. Also, you can't crash a reception because unless it's a restaurant that you pay for your own stuff, they have calculated how much to charge, and you add people. It doesn't work that way. And the plates, how many plates, and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, because I said, oh, you can just crash it. No, you can't. No, you can't. My mother and my father said, no, you can't. No, you can't. Stop that crap. No, you can't. They've already. I'm like, oh, they've anticipated how much food. He's like, yes, and they paid for it, and how many plates, and this and the other thing. It's like, wow, okay, cool. I'm like, oh man, because I was looking forward to dancing at a wedding, but oh well, I haven't danced at a wedding ever. Because the problem was the last. Well, no, that's a lie. I went to the one before the last one I did, I think. So not the one I just did, not the one before that one, the one before that, I think. Anyway, and the last, not the one that just passed, the wedding before that, I didn't dance at because there was no females I wanted to dance with, and I'm not looking like a fool, and also I'm not drunk, so unlike you people, I'm not drunk, so I'm not gonna go and make a fool of myself. I would have danced with certain females that I knew, but I wasn't invited. So it's like, oh, I want to find the perfect opportunity. Shoot me. He's like, my gosh, I want to find the perfect. I still have not found the opportunity. Just, like at this point, just shoot me. He's like, I'll never find this opportunity. I'll never find my opportunity. Just, take me out of misery. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's a joke, But yeah, I'm just kidding. Don't worry. But like, yeah, like, come on, man. Really? When will the opportunity arise that I can put on a slow dance and I can dance with a woman? The only place that I could possibly do that is weddings. You don't dance at a funeral, and you don't dance at a baptism, right? And you don't just randomly dance, do you? Not really. I mean, and my friend made the point once. He had a party for Easter, right? And we went to his place downtown, right? We went to his place, right? And we went to his apartment. And he's making the point, and he's made this point way before that. He said that, A, white people have no dance, so there's no, and we don't party very well, white people. And Christians, as a whole, just don't celebrate, like, anything. We celebrate Christmas. Maybe. We go to church on Christmas and Easter. Those are celebrations. But we don't even have an Easter meal like the Jews do or like the Greek Orthodox do. They have like a whole thing where they roast a pig. And they have their Easter, is it 2 weeks after or 2 weeks before us? Or is it a month before or a month after? Anyway, different time than like regular Protestants. And what I mean by regular, like, just like any other Protestant would just have it on whatever date, right? And so for me, I'm just like, okay, cool. For me, it's just like, okay, whatever. Like, and I never thought about that too much because I didn't go to really parties. I mean, we have birthday parties and we have like, weddings and baptisms and whatever, right? It's like, okay, sure, whatever. I never think about them too hard. There's some parties. We celebrate, Canada Day. We celebrate 4th of July as like Western Christian, like white people, like Caucasians, like Caucasians. Is that right? The right word? I don't actually know what the definition of Caucasian is. Let me look that up. Okay, Google. Definition of Caucasian. I think I used that correctly.
Here's the definition of Caucasian: white skin of European origin.
Yeah, that's Caucasians, right? That's like Western Caucasian people, Christians. We're like, yeah, we do so, but we don't do like the Catholics where they celebrate like every saint like every day. I have a calendar. I think, or my dad gets a calendar from St. Anthony the Pious, I think, or anyway, one of those Catholic magazines that he gets, right? And one thing in it every year at the beginning of the year is here's a calendar, and the calendar has on every date has every saint. We just don't celebrate anything. We don't. So we don't have opportunities to dance or to like just celebrate, to eat, drink, and be merry. Well, drink, I don't know, but like eat and be merry, right? Like to have food and be merry. It's weird as frick, okay? It's so bizarre because every other culture just. That's the other thing. Every other culture has like party cultures or club cultures. Now, I'm not saying go to the club, right, and go get drunk and high and go get a and pay for a girl or go to like see strippers. I'm just saying like these other cultures have this like let's go like this guy's also been around the world because he used to do missionary stuff, right? And so he's been around the world and he's seen other cultures that just not celebrate nothing, like, oh, let's just celebrate nothing. No, but they just randomly sometimes have parties. They just know how to like celebrate and have I'm like, you're not wrong. Because I think about it now and I think back to that and I go, yeah, you're not wrong. You're definitely correct when you say things like, or when you say that, because think about it, right? When was the last time you went to a party that wasn't somebody's birthday party, that wasn't a wedding, and I don't consider funerals a party, but it's funeral or a baptism. Seriously. I cannot think of one. My friend's Easter Monday party. Anyway, the other thing was, I said to my dad, unless it's a wedding, funeral, or a wedding, funeral, or baptism, that's the only time we ever see each other. These people nowadays, because we've all become adults, right? And it's like reunions, it's like high school reunions, right? Oh, that's the last time I've seen this guy. Or like you look for them on like Facebook or whatever, right? Just to see what they are up to with their lives. So you like try and contact them on either Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever, right? Find their email address, however, I don't know. Find their phone number, reverse search them by finding their name, and then doing that and being like, okay, whatever. And so, at least for me, it's like, yeah, no, like seriously, we've come to this point where we become adults. And like everybody who becomes an adult, they never stay in touch. High school ends. High school era of life ends. Hey, let's keep in touch. You're not going to keep in touch. Don't give me that baloney. Like everybody else. Yeah, right? You're never gonna, you're not gonna keep in touch. Don't give me that baloney. Don't give me that baloney. It's all BS. You're not gonna keep in touch. And if you do, you talk like once in a blue moon. Once every year. Just to be like, are you dead? No. Good. And it's not the kind of thing where every few months you come back to like your best friend and talk like you've never, like there was no gap. No. You talk like, you have to like restart every time. How you been? Blah, 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 Frig. Especially if it's male and female, forget it. You get to that stupid, like, ghosting, all for X amount of months, not talking to. Oh my god, so dumb. So anyway, and that's a sad thing. And okay, so let's go back to the other thing too. So at the wedding, there was people like, okay, you know me. You're my best friend's sister. We've known each other for how long? I know there's been a 5 year or 6 year gap, whatever it is. But come on, people. You're not going to tell me that you're going to completely, glance over me and ignore me, or you don't know who I am or forgot who I was. Don't give me that baloney. Talks to him, goes right by me. I go, what the hell was I, chop liver? What the actual F? What the? I wanted to just like stop her and be like, whoa, huh? Squeeze me? Huh? What the hell's going on here? What am I, chop liver? But I've learned that that's everywhere. And then there were certain people where it's like, you try and say hello to some of them. I didn't say hello to a lot of people, but some of them. And it's like talking to a wall. Because you're in the same group, right? Or, so look, I've already said this before. I think I've said this before here. If not here, it was on my stream. Look, okay, no offense, but, like, everywhere I go, it happens like the same thing. But, I mean, I don't know if that's what I was trying to say. Anyway, it's like, no offense, but it happens everywhere. Here, there, everywhere. It's like, and it's through people that you think you know, people you don't know, people you do know. I don't even know. Like, none of these people talk to me. You think any of these people talk to me? I was trying to get close to a girl, and she would ghost me. And then I learned what the reason was. She was at camp from May, almost 6 months, literally from May to November. It was crazy. She was there for like 6 months. She was there for 6 months. It was insane. And I was like, oh, okay. But then the next time I saw her, I screwed that whole thing up. It's a long story. I'm not going to go there. But the next girl, well, not really, but another girl and she blocked me on Instagram and all the places. I'm like, oh, great. Screwed that. I lost that relationship. Then the next girl, I lost that one. I'm like, oh my god. Okay, so females forget it, fine. Then males are like, no. No, because I've explained this whole thing before, that it's so much easier to talk to a female than a male. And so I have one, I would say, actual male friend that I see, like, regularly. Because I consider friends people you hang out with. So if you hang out with them on a regular basis, you're friends with them. And I don't count those people who are at the same school, or the same church, or the same Bible study, or the same at the same work, school, church, Bible study. I don't count those people. Those people are just people that happen to be in the same place at the same happen to be at the same place at the same time with you. Right? They're not friends necessarily. But I would consider only one really a close friend, right? Like a good friend. Like, everybody else is kind of just these people you know, and they've been to your house, they've had supper, but you're not like great friends together. That's it. We're not friends. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't consider them like that, like, close and that, like, they're not people I could tell anything to. I've had problems. Which is why when I was having a problem the last time I saw her, I was like, oh god, she's here, what the hell? I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do? And I asked my friend, and he's like, just leave it as it is. You let it go. I'm like, fine. The girl that I've had problems with. Anyway, I couldn't tell the other guy who was asking me, what's wrong? You're going out of your mind. What's going on? I need to know. I'd like to know. Like, I'm like, don't worry about me. I'm fine. You can't be fine because you're beating yourself up. And I'm like, but I can't tell you. You won't understand it. Anyway. So, and males, I've told you this before, males have the stupidest, like, the most, like, BS, like, I have to talk to you, so I'm going to walk up and talk to you. I'm going to tell you, within the last 2 years of going back at Bible study, right, back at young adults at my previous church, right, 2 years, it's been so much, and I've made, now, it says quote-unquote friends, with so many more females than males. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then how many males? Yeah, okay, maybe a few. Some of them were already friends, and we kind of just, came back to talking to them again. But, like, maybe half that, like, maybe 6, so maybe like 2, 3 maybe males. I've made double female. Like, I don't know if you consider it friends, but we like I've talked to and I've been social with way more women than men. It was weird. It was so it's it also blows my mind because like my friend has told me, my best friend, he's told me, he's like, you have a gift that you don't know how to harness properly. No, I do. And that's because I do. I really do. I do have a gift that I do not how to do not know how to harness properly. Because think about it, right? I could do this if I knew exactly how to talk to, like, how to talk, like what I should say to these women. You could have a meeting at the palm of your hand because you'd be very good socially. But I don't. So I screwed them all up. I screwed almost every single one of those up. Or we just kind of fallen out of favor, and it's been years, and we just don't talk to each other anymore, and we just move on with our lives and whatever. And it's just in a mutual like, oh well, rather than like actually screwing anything up. Because a lot of the people, the friends, the people that I used to know, whether that's from camp or from church or from wherever, these turned over things, these these like young adult or not young adult, youth things, at places like these rallies, whatever. They have all been like, they've all kind of like just, some of them have just mutually like died. Like, okay, yeah, nothing happened wrong. Others are like, oh no, you screwed something up. Like, oh my god. Anyway, yeah, just think about that. I have a magical gift of talking to females, like, because that's the thing, right? I walk up to a female, and the first thing is there's a sexual tension of, you're a female, I'm a male. I'm a male, you're a female. What do you want out of this? And the females don't usually see it too badly. They kind of talk to you like, hey, let's be friends. Let's talk, or more like, let's talk. I look at it like, I say anything wrong, I say the wrong thing in any way, shape, or form, and I'm screwed. My reputation is absolutely effed. Like, I'm screwed. I'm screwed right now. You better watch it. Let them make the first move. Let them say the first thing. Let's figure out what the hi, what's your name? Blah blah blah. What do you do? Blah blah blah. And then we get past that. And then if you pass the sexual tension, and if they like, because you can tell when they are not defensive, like, the defenses aren't up. You can tell when they like, oh, like they're like like they put their guard down and they just talk to you, right? And not always do they have that. If they just don't have that from the beginning, then you realize, oh great, this is amazing, perfect, awesome. Like, we can just talk right now. With males, there's always like a, I don't really want to talk to you, but I kind of have to. So let's just do the stupid BS thing that we do as men. What do we have in common? Nothing? Well, then I don't give a crap about anything. Or they have a specific thing to talk about, and you just don't want to talk about it, or whatever, right? Because I know, making friends with men making friends with men, there has to be a specific thing where right, where a specific thing we have in common, or else they don't give a hoot. We females, they'll talk to you just to talk to you as humans, right? Because my mother, I've told before, my mother said after I came back from the retreat that I went to, it was like, but I thought you said talking to females was super easy. I thought you said it was easier to talk to females than males. It is when there's nothing, when there's no risk, when there's no stakes, when there's nothing here. Look, it's very bizarre. That kind of power thing that I have is like, I don't even know how to harness it. It's bizarre. It's the weirdest. It makes no sense to me. I don't know what to do with it because, like, I could, in theory, like, like, theoretically, I have the power to, like, basically, excuse me, have people even, like, you could have a girlfriend at this point. If you did this properly, you could have a girlfriend. Like me, I could have a girlfriend. If I did this properly, I could have a girlfriend. Sorry, not you. I don't know why I talked to the third person, but anyway, like, or said that like that. But I could have a girlfriend at this point. I could have a girlfriend at this point. But no, 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 no. I don't have a girlfriend because I either the people who actually like stick around to talk to me that I don't like what's it called, scare away and make them seem like I'm a freak or some whatever, weird or whatever. Are people I just don't want to deal with, like, oh, I don't want to deal with you, you're weird, I don't like it. Ah! Not to say that they're all horrible people, but there's one girl I'm like, I don't want to do anything with you, and yet I don't want anything to do with you. Yet I have to kind of answer your questions, or It's like, oh, ooh, I do have to. I have to. I don't like it. Anyway, I'm going to have to answer a question. But anyway, I'm going to wait for some... look. But, like, ugh. So it's like, oh... And people I do like are either taken, don't want to be in a relationship, or just hate me. What the heck? So, oh my god, I've been friend zoned 3 times, meaning we can stay friends, but we're not. I don't want anything more than this. Like, oh, fudge. And then all 3 of them have basically ghosted me, like, because and one has come out and basically told me, "No, thank you, you're a weirdo." I'm like, no, what did I do wrong? And they're like, "Oh, here, oh, okay, oh, yeah, fair enough. I'm sorry." Yeah, but oh well. He's like, yeah, but no, I can't. I don't want to associate with you anymore. But yeah, anyway. Because I hate, okay? Sorry. The one thing I hate about females is when they don't tell you what the problem is and they stop talking to you. And you're like, can at least the last girl explained, here's exactly why I do not like you. I don't want to associate with you anymore. It's like, look, I'm not happy that this happened, but thank you for at least explaining to me what the hell just happened. Frick, man. Everybody else just goes, nah. No, thank you. I'm good. Goodbye. And they don't say anything, and they just stop talking to you. I'm like, yes, I know I was a little pushy and a little whatever. And I can kind of, like, guess and figure out, like, okay, well, it's probably because of this. And, you can probably make an assumption, like, make an educated guess. But I still don't know exactly why these people don't talk to me. And then other people say, like, because one of them is somebody one of them is somebody other people know. And I've asked a few other people, like, and they're like, I don't know what happened to this person. Although some of these people are now living downtown and it's on the other side of the other side of the island for them. So it's like, okay, going to like places like the young adults, and so it's like it's not close. I mean, it's not like incredible. It's like an hour, so it's like a decent ways, but not really that crazy. But what were they gonna say? But it's definitely like far enough for them to be like, do I want to trek out all the way out here to go to this thing, to go see people? Well, the thing that drove me nuts with the last person that I screwed with, was there on the day that they handed me a birthday card, because we're doing birthdays now at Young Adults, and I wrote down everybody's birthday down, and I made sure we all know birthdays, so that we can like make sure we have cards for these people. And it's like, no offense, right? The people in the card, there's one person I even give a hoot about, and he wrote like a meaningful thing, right? Also, he wrote a card that was like, he gave me a regular card. I'm like, didn't we talk? Because we talked about take a poster board, right? And take a poster board, right? And write, and use that as a card. And it's like, he's like, yeah, okay, sure. And then he gives me a regular card. Like, well, everybody else was that size. No, the first one was twice as big, and it was still too small. I'm like, anyway, that's beside the point. The point was, and the rest of them are all, happy birthday, you're cool dude, bro. Happy birthday. Keep up the awesomeness, whatever. So I'm like, what? She was there, and she. The other stupid thing was, I don't know why I'm even saying this. It's like this is therapy or something. I have to get it off my chest. We're doing food in the making food, right? And so people are doing things, preparing, not preparing, whatever, right? And then cleaning up after, but in the kitchen, right? Because there's a kitchen at my church, right? And so she walks out of the kitchen. She stares straight at me, looks at me like, yeah, you exist. No, I cannot talk to you. Like, and then I'm like, oh, because I was like, kind of like, if she's gonna be there, it'd be great. Yeah, I said if she was gonna be there and she wrote my card, it would have made my whole life. But no, she didn't write my card. So I look at the card and go, I want to bring it up with him one time, eventually, when I'm ready to like say, why isn't this person or this person or this person in my card? Although there's some people in the card who was like, yeah, okay, no, I'm sorry. Look, I should be grateful I got a card at all, an acknowledgement that of us singing about happy birthday at all, because I thought, because at the end of the night, right, This is after we've eaten, after we've had Bible study, we've done a few things, we're ready, and like the time kind of dissolves into like nothingness, right? Okay, whatever. I go. I don't say it to him, but I look at him. I go. I'm thinking to myself, did you forget something? Did you forget something? I hope not. Then I go to the bathroom, right? And then I walk back into the room, right? And then one of the other girls goes. One of the girls goes, "Oh, there you are. Where are you?" I'm like, "Bathroom." She's like, "Okay, well we need you." I kind of like go like, "Oh yes, yes, yes." Of course, I knew exactly what was happening because I knew we already established this ahead of time. But what's it called? Yeah. So, but anyway, it's like, oh my, it just drove me nuts. I'm like, oh my god, and she's here, and I'm looking at her. I'm like, well, first she said I get to embarrass my friend. I'm like, oh, now it's the time we get to embarrass my friend. Like, oh god, please. Well, okay, genuine question here, and I know multiple people. I know a lot of people have asked this question before. Genuine question here, right? Genuine question. What is the person who is having happy birthday sung to them? What are they supposed to do while they're singing happy birthday? Just stand there, sit there, like it is the most awkward thing ever. It is so like, what are you supposed to do? Stand there, sing with them? What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to just, I guess, sit there and just accept it. Like, I don't like to do that. I think it's dumb, and I think it's stupid, and I think I have no. I don't even know what the heck to think because I'm just like, no, ooh, it's just not good. I don't know what. It's just dumb, but yeah. Next person I think is. Oh yeah, there's an. I think there's a. Oh, damn. I should have asked. I'm stupid. Okay, I'm just really dumb. Well, although also hmm. I think some people do that on purpose. They do that whole like keep giving you one form of communication on purpose. Like the last girl gave me that on purpose, or never gave me your phone number. Some people don't give me my phone numbers, which is. I was telling my dad again for the like millionth time. Look, okay, what's happening here is what happens with young adults is there is the fragmentation of conversation, right? And people have already argued, well, that's just you. Why are we pandering to you? Why do we have to change for you? It's like, not for me. It's for the next generation. Because Facebook is not going to exist. I don't think Facebook will even physically exist in its current form in 5 to 10 years. But you know, that's just one aspect of it. The other aspect is the next generation isn't even going to use Facebook. It's for old people. I have, okay, not look, and I've had for years almost. I've had a Discord. There's a Discord for the young adults. There's a Facebook group chat for the young adults. There's a WhatsApp for the young adults. What the actual F? What the actual F is going on right now? People tell me, it's not Facebook though. Oh, why does nobody use it? It's like, well, it's not Facebook. Oh, it's not Facebook. Oh, it's not Facebook. I go, you're all, not all of you, but mostly 90% of you are in it. Why the actual F is it not used? And they go, it's not Facebook. I'm like, okay, then I give up. And then the people leave these groups, right? And I'm like, okay, well then I don't understand any of this. Either I get on Facebook or I have some sort of control and say the Facebook group is deleted, like full on. You are deleted. Here's how you get on here. You have, I don't know, let's say 3 months. Let's say we have 3 months. You have till the end of the year, or not 3 months. You have like 6 months. You have till the end of the year, or 5 months, whatever. You have till the end of the year. Here's a video on how to get onto, I don't know, either Facebook, either Instagram, WhatsApp, or Discord. Bam! Whatever we decide, right? Whoever is in charge decides. Bam! This will be deleted by the end of the year. Your conversations are gone. I don't care. I don't give a flying fatootie. This is not what we're doing this anymore. We have to, because that's the only way you can do it. The only way you can do it is if you delete Facebook group chat altogether. The Facebook Messenger group chat altogether. Right? That's the only way. That's the only way. It's the only way. Because if we say, "Oh, come, go and do this, do that," whatever, they'll be like, "Why? This already exists, whatever, blah blah yada yada." Or also, I also thought of doing a bot. Cause I said, Because I said to my friend who made me or not my friend, the guy I found on Discord. Nope, I found him on Reddit, and then Discord. He we started talking Discord, and in his Discord server was like, okay, can you like tell like what's it called? Can we do like can it be what's it called? Oh, to make me a Panora. So Panora is basically 360 photos and videos. It's Instagram for 360 photos and videos, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever, like legit. So, and then so same guy who does websites, uh he does websites, he does bots, he does apps and all that kind of stuff. Codes, games, whatever, right? And I asked him, "Oh, could you make a bot that would take all of the messages on a uh, uh, Facebook Messenger group and put them onto Discord?" And he goes, "Yes, I'd have to reverse engineer it to find out how to do it, but yes, I could do it." And I asked him, "Well, how would you do that?" And he goes, "Well, I'm not gonna tell you." It's like, fair enough, so that you can steal that idea and do it yourself. Fair enough. My only problem was it was gonna be $350, I think, because it was some amount of euros that amounted. Because he's German, that amounted to $350. I think I paid 100. I think I paid way too much for the bot on this for the Pandora bot on Discord, but I think it's worth it. But it was like $350. I didn't have that kind of money just to use. My friend didn't have that kind of money just to like not burn, but just to like kind of use. And then we also made the point that, later afterwards, like after when we were talking about it, like how long, as I said, how long do you think people are going to actually be on Facebook, just Facebook, and how long do you think who are those people, and how long do you think they're going to be on Facebook? Sorry, going to be in young adults and using the Facebook, right? The people in the young adults that are going to be using the Facebook, like, and she said about 5 years. I go, and that's a problem, right? And I said this way after that even communication. Well, what happens if, like, yeah, because it's not worth it, because what if if we get this bot done and we don't get a lot of years out of it, and it doesn't basically pay for itself. Oh, it's paid for itself, It was, you got or more like we got our money's worth, right? No, no, no. What if within like a month we get everybody off of it, or what if within a month we get whatever, or what if within a month we get or what if not a month? What if we get within a month we get them off of it, or what if within a year we get them off of it, or what if within like 6 months we get them off of it, or 2 years or something? That's not money, and we can't, because it's not a public bot. We can't even just, because I said that to my friends. Like, the problem there is it's not even a public bot, so because it's not we're not paying for it to be a public bot. We're not telling it to like turn on the public bot section, like add the code to make it public. So we can't even just hand it to someone and say, here, you just use it. We have to pay more for that. It's like, oh gosh, really? He goes, yeah. Oh, I go, yeah. And so it's like, oh, that's annoying. It's like, yes, it is annoying. But you either pay for this or accept the fact that fragmentation will exist. And I've been talking to him for over a year trying to figure out the way to do it. And he's like, look, man, unless we force people off of it by like talking to, guy in charge, the pastor in charge, which we don't have time to do, or he doesn't have time with me to do it, or we accept that it's on Facebook and you just have to get information from me. It's like, yeah, fair enough. He's on Facebook. I'm not. And my dad asked, well, why are you not on Facebook? What do you have? What's your aversion to it? My aversion to it also is because I never had it and I don't want it and I don't want them to steal my information and all that stuff. The internet's already got my information anyway, but the whole internet, like, it's everything's everywhere. But like the other places, they probably have my information too somehow. Facebook, but Google, Facebook, Amazon, all those guys. But the other thing was, or not, but sorry. And the other thing is that I said to my dad, look, okay, if I break down and cave and get Facebook, like some people have done, it just shows that, well, now we don't have to fix anything. There's no fixing. The next generation will just have to figure it out. Get people on Facebook. No, stop it. They're millennials. All the people that use Facebook to communicate in that young adult are all millennials. Some are Gen Z, but like 99% of them are millennials who look at it like, yeah, I had a Facebook like 10 years ago, or 5 to 10 years ago. I don't really use it, but I'll boot it back up and I'll log back into it, or figure out how to log back into it for some of those people. to talk on the Facebook group. I was like, yeah, whatever. Look, I don't give a shit. Talking mushrooms anymore. So, in my opinion, I think it's dumb. But what are you gonna do? I mean, frig, the young adults rally leader, the guy in charge of that, has, I don't know if he came up with that idea, but there's the incentive, there's the forethought, the wherewithal to say the forethought to think, oh, for all those people who are not on social media because they think social media is stupid, we've got an email list. My young adults in my current church all have an email list. You get the right information when you get it. It's when they send it. It's not like, oh, I gotta figure out how to get it because there's an Instagram page, and but the guy, one of the guys in charge, kind of said this whole like, look, right? We have an Instagram. It's not updated every like frequently, so we have to figure out like, so it's not consistent. So don't take that with as gospel, like, and don't meaning don't think it's going to be up to date, and don't think you're going to get all the information from there. Don't get all the information there. We have an email list. If you're not on the email list, give your email and we'll be good. And so for me, I was just like, oh, okay. So the Instagram is not really okay. The problem with the email is, I think email is going to last. It's going to be the like last remnant of old internet. Like it'll just like, hold on for like dear life. But I also think like, I don't think it should really still exist. Like who? When was the last time? When was the last time without being a corporate thing for work? Like you're being contacted by some if you're a YouTuber, you've been contacted from some company to review something, and so they need information to get your whatever, right? Right. Other than something like that, or you got it for school or something, right? Or for work or whatever, right? Or you got like you're getting your whatever stuff through there, whatever information, whatever, right? Newsletters, whatever, right? Oh gosh. Other than that, right? When was the last time you sent someone an email? Like when was the last time you like communicated with someone through emails? My dad communicates because he's old. My mother communicates because she's old. But my brother, maybe? I'm not even sure. Because, like, I don't ask him. It's not something I ask. I do not know the last time I emailed someone to talk to them or ask them a question or see what's going up or not even. It's English. It's the only way that I communicate with some people. Like, I have contact with some people because, like, they've either blocked me, ghosted me, or I don't have their phone number or whatever. But my gosh, holy schmoly macaroni! I have not. It's the same thing as the whole, like, I've not talked to someone by email in years. It's the same thing, 5 at least, if not longer. It's the same thing as, like, when, right? It's the same thing when, like, I think I've said this. I think Luke on the WAN show has said this too, and some other people said this too, where it's like, there were maybe, like, a handful, maybe, like, 30 websites that you go on, and then you go on like 5, but you only go on 5 regularly. So like you rotate those like 5. Tell me the last time you went on a website that wasn't social media. I've said this before, definitely on this podcast. That wasn't social media, Google, Wikipedia, or your emails. They don't exist. Like I can tell you a few because I found these cool websites, or I found the interesting websites to go to, or I found like a useful website like Just Watch, where it tells me where to watch something, right? And it's been like accurate 90% of the time. It's great. It's so good, right? So that's fun. Like, no offense, but nobody goes and like. I'm not trying to like poo-poo all the websites that exist, and adult websites don't count either. That's 33% of the internet. But I'm saying like, so it's the same thing. It's like, when was the last time you emailed? Anyway, so this is all getting back to the fact that like, even our freaking, and he's in the same young adults. He's one of the participants then, and then he runs the young adult rally. It's like, it's so stupid how like my young adult in my current church run that way. The young adults at, Common Ground, the young adults rally leader figured it out. Why can't we figure out a better way to do it? Because he's like over on Instagram and Facebook, right? Which is good, and that's where I get my information. And then, for the people who just don't use it, you're either a dinosaur, you're an old dinosaur, or you just are one of those people who like, because we're Christians, we figure like, okay, this stuff's addictive, and this stuff is just ridiculous, and we're addicted to it. So we want to be off of social media as much as possible. I know a friend who's only like a few years younger than I am, so he's technically a Gen Z, and like, boom, right? He's already figured out, like, he's already come to the conclusion, I want nothing to do with social media. I want the least amount to do with social media. He has a Instagram account, never uses it. He has a Facebook account, uses it only for young adults. He has a Discord, he doesn't like want to use it. He doesn't even he doesn't even know why he has it. I'm like, yo, dude, you have it for talking to me. And he goes, yeah, okay. I have his phone number, so it's, fine. I can talk to him outside of the phone number. But I'm just saying, like, even he's figured out, like, and he's in the demographic of people who are addicted to social media. So he's in the generation that are addicted to social media. So, and he doesn't want to be on social media. It's like, but even these people have all figured out, like, get an email or get a thing. I said, freaking, my friend made a joke. He's like, I said, may as well freaking use MySpace. And then he goes, I'll do you one better. You may as well freaking use a carrier pigeon. I went, no, seriously. You may as well put letters in the mail and send it off to people's houses. At least it's not fragmented, where it's everywhere, and we have to talk to like 3 different places because nobody ever knows. It's so stupid. Go F yourself. Legit, just go flip and F yourself. The guy in charge knows there's a problem, that the next iteration is not going to use Facebook. And he's still like, and everybody is basically telling me the same damn answer, which is, yeah, but Facebook works, and it's here, and the people who have it have it. Well, and I said to both, 3 people. The guy who's complaining to me, well, go Facebook, stupid, why are we pandering to you, right? The pastor, and my best friend, who's like, I said to all of them, like, look, fine, you grandfather all those people out. Those people can stay on Facebook for as long as they want, which is why the bot would have worked so well, because you would have grandfathered people off of Facebook by saying, okay, you say, okay, those whatever 5 to 10 people, they can go frick themselves. They can stay on Facebook all they want. I don't care, right? And I'm like, okay, great, right? So that's fine, right? That's fine. I don't care. Good for me. Good for them. Works. Just a sec. Works. Works for me. Also, if you have a better way of doing it, now look. It's great. What's amazing? I found an app that like puts all your messages together, right, from different places, and they all just put it in one like app, and then you get like a one message if it's on any of those social media platforms, which is great. WhatsApp, your text messages, WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, Discord, all those stuff, right? The problem is it doesn't give you messages from something you're not in to something else. It's not with the bot. The bot would have been perfect. The problem is that nobody they wouldn't have given me things that are not. So, but the problem is I just don't know how long we would have had it for, would have used it for. But anyway, my point here is fragmentation is the stupidest. Also, Facebook, get it off now. I told my dad, I'm like, I think, and this is what I think is going to happen. Within 5 to 10 years from now, from this generation, 5 to 10 years from now, Facebook will realize Facebook is useless. Facebook is not making us money. The shareholders are going to start complaining. Well, why are we buying stocks? You're not getting more users. You're not getting new people to sell information. You've sucked all those people dry. Can you not, you need to get new people or else we're going to stop buying shares, buying stocks. I was like, uh-oh. And so they're going to stop even caring about Facebook and go, okay, MetaQuest, metaverse, that's the big thing we're going to focus on. And then we're going to have Instagram and Threads. And then Facebook, it can just die in a fire somewhere. It can just like slowly burn out. It could be a fire that just burns out and then fizzles away. Like, that's actually not a bad fire putting out sound effect. Anyway, and then it can just die. Yeah. And so for me, at least, I feel like yeah, that's my opinion. Now, is that gonna exactly come true? Not really, not necessarily. But people already don't use Facebook. The next generation already doesn't use Facebook, either Snapchat or Instagram. And yeah, so that's my opinion here. And no offense, but everybody has to get off. Like, they have to get off their like idea that like, well, if we force people, they'll get on. No, you're going to get the next generation of children going, I don't have Facebook. I've never had Facebook, and I never will get Facebook. Facebook is a waste of time. Facebook's for old people. Facebook's for your grandma. Facebook's for your mom. Facebook's for the boomer. Facebook's for the baby boomer. Facebook's for the millennial. Although I think Facebook should, well, you know what they should create? Someone like Facebook, like Meta, should create a app or a website or both, right? That basically all it is just an index. It's like a 411, because in Canada we have what's called 411, which is like you call or you use them. It's like the Yellow Pages, where it's like a phone book basically, where you basically say, right? You basically make it. You can like look up anybody's name and find their street. Like, you can find their address, you can find their phone number, you can find their, I think, their email, maybe. Anyway, and so you can find where they live and their contact information. Not that they're not dead, right? We don't know that, right? Like, I don't think that says if it is or not, because you have to like remove yourself, I think. Anyway, there should become like a database of like every single person. I mean, obviously it's an opt-in, but it's all it is like a lookup table, and it's just every person who lives everywhere in the world, right? Because that's the thing, right? With a picture, a description, their email, phone number, and I don't know if address, if you need address. But yeah, and so it becomes, because that's one thing that it's great at. You need to find a random guy from high school? Yeah, you just look up their name, and bam. Because people used to make the joke, and my friend used to make the joke, and he got it from a meme. Facebook, human Pokedex. I'm like, yeah, no, it is. Legit. And so, there's two things that did really well. You could look up someone's name, and Facebook Marketplace is actually amazing. Like, fantastic, so good. What time is it? Or how long have I been going for? Yeah, I'm not going for an hour. I'm going to end right now. But I'm just saying, like, Facebook should make something like that, or someone should make something like that, where you just kind of say to someone, it gives you very little information about the person. Maybe just your bio, a picture of yourself, your bio, a picture of yourself, your name, your bio, your email and your phone number, or like some other social media platform that you want to put in there, not necessarily email, and your phone number. So that if someone needs to find you, here you go. You just look up their name, bam. So that's my proposal. Somebody go get onto that now. Make a website and an app that does that. Because that'd be a great idea. You know, I'd invest in it. You know, Kickstarter or whatever, I'd invest in it right now. Yeah, so I think it's going to be for now, guys. So if you want to get in touch with me, there's the two Discords. There's the email, tacoimposters@gmail.com. That's tacoimposters@gmail.com. There's the two Discords. There's and then if you want to get these two Discords, and then if you want to support me, there's the Patreon. That's patreon.com/wingwong. The W's are both capital. WING, WONG. That's patreon.com/wing, capital W, and then lowercase ing, and then capital W, lowercase ONG. So wingwong. Patreon.com/wingwong. And then there's the music. So if you want to stream my music, or if you want to buy it, there's both of those places. And then there's the Etsy shop if you want to buy some merchandise. Somebody suggested making a Taco Imposters merchandise. And that person, I was baffled. Like, how do you know I made Taco Imposters? What the freaking heck? And what is Taco Imposters? Now, are you talking Taco Imposters the music or Taco Imposters the podcast? I don't know, man. Anyway, in my opinion, I don't know. I know someone who knows it, so, and I think he only knows my not my, he knows my, podcast, so I think that's how she knows, because I think they're dating. I don't know. The guy who knows about my podcast, who I dropped a business card for my podcast with a QR code on it, who put it up in his university bulletin board. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Oh man. Oh no, sorry. And that girl that I are dating. I don't know. Anyway, beside the point. She was like so gung ho about me making stuff. I'm like, oh. Anyway, and she said merchandise. Make merchandise for talking about. I'm like, ooh. I stopped and I went, I didn't think about that. But yeah, anyway. So yeah. Also, look out for a new for a new album coming out for music, and it's going to be the first music I have that has lyrics. It was all beats at first. Now it's going to be lyrics. It's bangers. I'm getting it actually mixed and mastered. Oh, mwah. Like, it's going to be, mwah. I've heard the first one that I got done. The guy gave me a deal, too. If I like the first one, I'm going to do the other two for only this much more money. I'm like, oh, that's nice. So I am going to do two other ones. But, yeah. I cannot wait to put it out and see if people like it. So, please stream it and please buy it. And please, also, just buy my music in general. But, yeah. I think that's going to be it for now, guys. So, adios, mi amigos.